Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this first ever live recording of me reading the Bhav Ballads, a book of poetry that I've worked on for about 20 years, or that I left on the shelf about 20 years um, ago, and that I've completed. And it is now available on Amazon. And we have one fearless five-star review. So, whoever did that, thank you so much. And hoping to get a few more from you. This is how you support a Jyotishi, a poet, rather. And as I make the case in this book, all astrologers are poets in one way or another. But let's get to the meat and potatoes and see what we have here, starting with the preamble and dedication. We write, we think, when writing pleases. In truth, 'tis when the graha sees us. Now, graha in Sanskrit means to seize. That's where our word grasp comes from, the actual English word. And this is the fundamental difference in belief between Western and Eastern systems of philosophy, whereas the Western systems tend to be more observational, to say, oh, this planet was there or this angel was there, and it augured an auspicious or an inauspicious event. In the East, it says, no, this thing showed up and it caused the event. Okay? But whatever you believe, it doesn't matter. But this idea that in the Eastern philosophies, in the Vedic system especially, the planets are seen as seizing upon our minds. And it is said that when it is your time to face destruction, Rahu or one of these negative planets will pervert your mind to the point where you start thinking certain things and you take actions that lead to your destruction. So the planets are called grahas. And the word planetes is also a beautiful word from the Greek, which means sky wanderer. So the sun is a planet, the moon is a planet, Halley's Comet is a planet in the classical traditional sense of that word. So planet's a beautiful word, graha is also a beautiful word, but it has they differ in the dichotomy between Western and Eastern thought. One is again indicative, one is causative. So we write, we think, when writing please us. In truth, is when the graha sees us. So of course I'm taking the Eastern tack here, which is that, hey, when the muse grabs you, you got to go with it. The product of my year's employment, rendered here for your enjoyment, was ripened for your degustation by the warmth of sweet creation. Though all I did was tend the tree and wait for pending gravity to do its work while I let it, and like Sir Isaac took the credit. And may those Caesars in the sky be kind to us before we die. So this is the preamble and dedication, and of course you can read that at your leisure in the actual book, the Bhav Ballads, which you can get. It is a real book. I'm a real boy now, right? Like Pinocchio. So of course, Caesars also means, okay, I think you get that pun. All right. So moving on, here is the chart as the background, and of course the play, the Leela between poet and lover, between Shiva and Shakti, between male and female archetypes, which is what this book is all about. So here is the prologue. Now, from a previous poem I had written about the nakshatras, it begins, had I some speck of social life, a girlfriend, consort, or a wife, I wouldn't beat my brains to write what at best will be called trite. That's from the nakshatra poem. But here I am, my friends, again, me, my best and only friend, the pen, the candor of the virgin page, my marble slate, my lyre, my stage. So this word candor it has Latin roots, but it goes all the way back to Sanskrit, and it has to do with that which shines, that which is luminescent. So when we think of the word candor, we mean sincerity. Someone is being sincere with you, which is they're shining their true nature, right? That's sincerity. Well, the candor of the virgin page is it's honest, because whatever you put on it, it reflects back to you, doesn't it? But it is also pure. And when we as poets or as a musician who first strikes the strings, we break the silence, or we break the candor, that the virginal state of nothingness. And or that marble block that we first chisel. And depending on how inspired and divinely talented or artistic we are, the product will reflect beauty or not so much. So here I am, my friends, again, my best and only friend, the pen, the candor of the virgin page, my marble slate, my lyre, my stage. To fill the space between the lines, the race from birth to death defines with golden laurels, though I'm loath to chase for gold and laurels both. Instead, I'd rather spend my time in measured paces chasing rhymes before I stop to catch my death and awe inspire with bated breath. With bated breath for all I write belies the truth that lies, despite the splendor of its light, behind the veiled contrivances of rhyme. Language is a flimsy wire, shaped to hold love's surging fire, in whose condescence all may see the presence of reality. So the idea is that it's kind of weird explaining my own poetry, but I feel like this is like we're having a conversation and I'm sharing with you, like the previous picture I showed, this idea like a light bulb, which has a little wire inside. And this is us, the poet, but it needs that divine, that electrical energy for it to actually shine. And through which we can see reality. Before there is light, there's only darkness. And so art is this thing that illuminates reality in its own way. And yet it is still a lie, right? It belies the truth that lies despite the splendor of its light behind the veiled contrivances of rhyme. Even the best poetry is at best a veiled attempt at saying that which is unspeakable. Language yearns to give applause to the thought that gave it cause, the very sound that makes it heard, the primal Om, the Tao, the Word. Whence music, math, and chemistry have alphabets and symmetries, conceived to voice the soundless hum of Eru's song and Shiva's drum. Now, for those of you who are fans of Tolkien, I think you can appreciate this. But even if you're not a fan of Tolkien, um, the idea that all human systems, it's like we're children, are meant to copy the perfection of the higher algorithm, if you will, the higher song, the higher sound. Whence music, math, and chemistry have alphabets and symmetries, conceived to voice the soundless hum of Eru's song and Shiva's drum. So pray forgive the simple fixture of my rhyming metered picture, as energy and brief delight are at the heart of all I write. But the source cannot be spoken, and all I write is but a token of my quaint appreciation for the muse's inspiration, by whose grace we're made to see, in glimpses, our divinity. And whence poets, through the ages, have ripped their hearts out and their pages. For what can all my shadows say to fain describe the light of day, when I haven't even left the grave, no less the fetters of the cave? So, leaving Plato, Blake, and Tolkien, suffice that poets' hearts are broken. And this, my friend, shall bear repeating. So, dear reader, keep on reading, and I will show you, if I might, the luster of that inner light, if she, for whom all this is meant, will give her blessing and consent. Thank you for being here through this introduction. We will continue in another video with Bhav 1, the first house of the horoscope. And if you have any comments or you'd like to hear more, let me know, and I'm happy to answer any questions in the video commentary. See you in the next one.